Hi everyone, welcome to the Big Lady of the Small House channel. Today will be a video in English. I keep working on repotting all these plants that I have, hippeastrums, and this is about, I don't know, 70% done. So there's another 30% of the pots outside waiting to be repotted. Check the basil roots, basil plates, roots, leaves, and everything to getting treated from the spider mites and leaf mites and root mites and lots of stuff here. Unfortunately, the producers stopped using pesticides. So when we buy for the past 2 years, when we buy new hippeastrums, they come with lots and lots of pests. I'm not talking about mites, I'm not talking about thrips. There was I don't know the name of it. This looks like really tiny cicadas, like a couple of millimeters long. In Russian they called it the little cicadas. So there's lots of stuff. As you can see, every hippeastrum here had to be taken out of the soil, inspect the roots. Some had the basal plates removed and rooted. These actually the rooting ones. They had the basal plates removed. Some of the plates were absolutely awful and have been disposed. Some are actually here, and I find it is a really good way to propagate hippeastrums when you have a nice and healthy roots, a nice healthy basal plate, but it's too big for the hippeastrum to shed by itself. I remove it and I got something like this, and I plant it back. So it's not exactly hers, but hers is somewhere around rooting. So the bulb is rooting and the basal plate potted back, and as you can see, this one has been removed about a month ago, about 5 weeks ago to be exact. And as you can see we've got two nice big bulblets growing. On the other side here I have 1 and 2, probably there's one more between. It's hard to see, but probably something inside one as well. And from this side, got 1 big, 1, 2, and 3, 1 growing somewhere around over here. The camera doesn't catch it, but this is the root actually itself. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more bulblets growing on this side. Actually, I didn't expect anything because I know the double king doesn't really give. It's probably 2 here. Doesn't give bulbs very easily, but I'm quite happy with the result. Same here, I have Bogota, and it's 1 and 2 and 3. Probably there will be more bulblets later, because once the bulblets start growing leaves, they will produce the chlorophyll, they start photosynthesis, and they'll start feeding the basal plate. The roots are giving the nutrients, the bulbs give it the lights and proceed the nutrients, so it will be probably more. And got something appearing over here. It's hard to see, but you see these little bumps. I call them the pearl button, as they kind of got this nice pearl-like shine, luster. And later on they'll be growing a little bubble, which I call a follicle. I know it's not official and scientific, but I call it the pearl button and the follicle. In fact, this is the pearl button, and this one is already past the follicle phase because it's already have the leaf growing. But if you catch it enough at the right stage, you will see the tiny little bubble that bursts and releases the leaf. So I got here the Fantasy, I got Rilona here, probably something appearing over here, Double Dream. I've removed it about 2 weeks ago, so it's not actually ready to produce. And there are about another 15 in the house, and hopefully I'll get lots of babies. As I love, that's always the hybrids that I love, especially the double king. It's bright, double, bright red, huge, and it just blooms perfectly. So this is it. And just to show you, these are the everything here are the seedlings in big pots. These are bulblets from the previous year, not the seedlings, just the vegetation. So there's the bulb produced the baby, and I removed it and I planted. But these are my seedlings. They're 3 years old, and these are this year seedlings. So there's actually more seedlings outside that are waiting the year before and the year before. This is the last year seedlings. There's four of them. They're growing, and if you wonder, if you remember the rescue of the bulb in the wax, that's the five bulblets that I had from the one of the halves in the of those bulbs in the wax. So one half already covered me the cost of the whole 5 bulbs. So I got 5 in. Well, actually I bought 5, and one of the halves already gave me 5 bulblets, and there's another 10 outside waiting to be repotted. So I'm quite happy. More plants. Crazy plant lady. These are bulblets from the last year. I lost the label, so I have to wait till they bloom to see what's going on here. And the rest is, well, that's actually fantasy with the basil plate that I was just showing. So you can see it's already rooted and it's growing nice leaves here. So I'm happy. And probably this is the leaf that will have the flower bud in the middle. So I don't know what else to show, because I have to go and repot now. And I want to thank my husband. If you remember the previous videos from the last year, there was a complete mess. So this year he spent his vacation and done this is actually the warm floor. There's no more concrete floor. There's a styrofoam underneath and the plywood and the shelves. So it will be much warmer this year. So I'll spend less electricity. And right now I have the fan working here because it imitates the wind. And I've noticed that the hippies outside grow much better, even if that they're in the shade, because of the wind. The wind shakes the leaves, makes them stronger. Just look at that. It stays solid, and it dries out all the moisture that could have been gotten inside. So the tribes here. So next watering will be. This is actually the bulblet. It was on a double dream. It's already got two new leaves. So hopefully I'll see the blooming next year. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaves. So this winter, when it dries out the leaves, the bulb start growing. It's actually quite good today. So by the springtime, I expect it to be something about 22 centimeters in circumference. And I've got Hercules splitting in half. I've got another somewhere around, there's another one that's splitting, and also got a bunch of them outside waiting to be repotted. So yes, happy. This one has been repotted recently, so it kind of goes into stagnation right now. I will probably remove this scale and treat it with acaricide again, because I don't like the wet spot. So that will be treated again. But generally, as you can see, they are happy growing. I love that. Fairy tale that was splitting when I bought it, so it's 2 separate bulbs right now. And if I can find, there are actually, there should be fairy tale babies somewhere around from that bulb. The basil plate gave the 2 bulblets, and I already forgot where I put them. I think it was one of these tiny pots. Oh, there it is. There it is. So the 2 bulblets here, and 2 separate bulbs from one bulb I purchased. So the next spring will be lots of flowers in this dull life. So that's it for today. Stay tuned. Bye.